Buckingham Palace, for example. Well, it's a nice place, so why not? This ostentatious home is pretty old and huge. And besides that, it's got a lot of interesting secrets. 1. It wasn't originally built for kings and queens. This one might surprise you, but before the palace turned into the building we know it. As today, it was just a 3-story block house, owned by John Sheffield, the Duke of Buckingham. In 1761, King George III decided to buy it for £21,000 and started the process of transforming the estate into a magnificent sanctuary for his wife, Queen Charlotte. However, the first monarch who named it as their official residence was Queen Victoria. She did it after her coronation in 1837. 2. There are secret tunnels in the palace. Some used to say that there's a secret tunnel that connects Buckingham Palace and London Tube. It's just a rumor, but the royal residence does have tunnels. There's a whole underground system of passageways that allows getting from Buckingham Palace to Clarence House, as well as the House of Parliament. This system serves for security purposes, obviously. But I wonder if the Queen ever used it just because she didn't feel like using a car to get to those places. Maybe she drives herself around in a golf cart down there. 3. It has personal ATM in the basement. Sometimes you need to get cash fast, so you go to the bank or start looking for an ATM. But if you're a member of the royal family, you can forget about all that hassle. All you have to do is go to the basement of Buckingham Palace, because there's an ATM right there. 4. It also has its post office. You probably already have idea that Buckingham Palace isn't simply a building, but more like a mini-town, since the royalty can get pretty much any service there. And, yes, that includes the mail, since the Queen using a regular post office isn't an option for her. That's why her palace has its own post office. 5. It has its own zip code too. Usually, zip codes are assigned to specific neighborhoods. But when it comes to Buckingham Palace, everything seems to be an exception. This truly massive place has its own zip code. If you ever feel like writing a letter to the Queen, or maybe sending her some cute gift, here it is, SW1A1AA. 6. The flag to tell you if the Queen is home. If you ever visit London and find yourself near the palace, you can find out in no time if the Queen is at home. When she's there, the royal standard flag is flown over her residence. Every time the Queen arrives or departs, a special person called a flag sergeant changes the flags. 7. Oldest helicopter pad in London is here. In 1953, a helicopter landed in the palace garden for the first time. And since then, that spot served as a helicopter landing area without any special construction for many years. But in 2000, the royal family finally decided to build an official helipad because they'd had enough of the lawn being destroyed by helicopter. 8. It has a fully equipped doctor's office. In case of any medical emergency, the members of the royal family usually go to a hospital where they're treated by the best doctors in the country. But if there's a situation that prevents them from doing so, they don't have to worry, since they can receive treatment without leaving the palace. The doctor's office, located there, is even equipped for surgical procedures. 9. No royal feast is complete without sandwiches. Queen Elizabeth hosts at least 3 parties every summer at London's royal residence. Guests consume about 20,000 sandwiches at each of these parties. Forget fine dining, sandwiches are king at these royal festivities.